This is Cigarette Lydia Morales, and I am at Larkin Library. And I'm at the Larkin Library, and there's like suspicious activity happening here. There's a freak sitting next to me, just bailed. Oh look, they keep carrying Safeway bags. There's a bag underneath. Things might be loud. And then, you know, me también la coyote. Tall white dude with blonde hair. Kind of looks like Julian Assange. Just a tall motherfucker. He's wearing clothing from that movie Boy. With the hearse. Phantasm. I saw that movie. Making reference to Latham's The Scientologist. You don't tell me how it's a Scientologist. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, I can't. I left my other ones at home. My little. I got this. Oh my God. That's my baby. This goes out to Joe Armstrong. I love you very much. Un abrazo. I love you so much. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Some weirdos, babe. I love you very much. You're a harassment. It's like they prevent me from even thinking about seeing you or something. They just go and they start to like they think people scare easy or they react too easily. You know? And they're gonna be like. Yeah, do it like. It's a point. Here goes my CD car. So now they try finding knives. Still with the fucking logo. I'm like, I'm still straining. Like, what is this? I'm like, what the F is? I'm like, fuck that. Like, S. This fucking logo. I'm like, yes, sir. Sure. I always hated that logo. Didn't music, so I'll probably look it up. But anyway, I've always hated that fucking logo, and thanks for doing that shit. The fucking Scientologist said, that is a Scientologist. What's Safeway stand for? That's JB. That's me. That's a two. That's Billy. What's my pencil? Then they pull this shit on me. I was looking at it yesterday. Everyone is welcome. Look at the bunny, look at the bunny. Tenderloin Tessie holiday dinners. Free Easter Sunday dinner. Last year they gave me a fucking black eye. Easter motherfucker. First Unitarian Church, 1187 Franklin Street, between Geary, Geary, and O'Farrell, Farrell. Ham with all the trimmings and a gift bag. I can't. Feeding the hungry in San Francisco for 35 years. Just 35 years. Call Michael at 415-584-32. There was only one of these left at the front counter at the next door shelter. Like, so, like, I'm not even gonna bother. I picked it up. Oh look, there's just one of them here. Most of them are anti-Christians. Oh shit. They always do it again. Ignite the warm Sylvia after the pink bag. So once they do this, nice. Look at the Issa, anti-Issa. Fucker. In the opposite direction with whatever it is I make. Let's start record upside down. Back with this bitch. Pop the bitch. Oh my god. They will give you a free gift card. I'm so sorry. It's tell her I'm not like going in this direction. In Don Basilia, right here, especially if they're Jewish, disabled, or chivis. Where's my brother Chad? He's disabled. Oh, I'm not kidding. I'm gonna impregnate you, bitch. Oh my god. It says ancient ceramic flat stamped motif, comma, depicting a monkey, comma, dog, and sun, comma, from Central America. So I started looking at the words individually, right? And then I look at the bottom. I've done this before with Ben and Jerry's, and it has a U turning up and saying, "There's no fucking way. We're not that fucking stupid. They're gonna go straight for the W's." You know, the White House, the election year, the Olympics, anything pertinent to that year. The World Domination Headquarters, Portland, Christopher, and World Domination Hollywood. Our U.S. embassies around the world around that year, anything W, the big W's around the world. So I was thinking about this when I had my Sacramento SRO. I was looking at the back of a, Chunky Monkey, because I really love Ben and Jerry's Chunky Monkey with chunks of chocolate. And it says bananas, very, very racist. Bananas, go monkey. I'm like, fuck you. I started looking at the fine print 2 years ago. And when I had my SRO before I took it from underneath me deliberately. And I'm like, there's no way. Oh, they're gonna throw a horseshoe at you. Then we're gonna go this way. No, I don't think so. Yeah, they're gonna go straight for the W's and me. It's always for our infrastructure down here, and then up here, and then they're always gonna gamble the shit in the middle. So that's what's always. So I'm thinking next time when they try that shit, they're gonna hit straight. They're gonna hit straight for the W's from the outside in. I'm thinking, And so when I look at these people, I'm like, dude, I need to take this shit out. You start, going onto Facebook, and who isn't on Facebook? Everybody, your mother's on Facebook. Government, therefore, is on Facebook. So you're telling people to go online and look us up on Facebook. Look us up on Facebook. The receipts, and scan it on Facebook. Scan it on all their fucking Nazi businesses and shit. They're on Facebook, and they're scanning it, and scanning it. When you get your receipts, scan us on Facebook. Scan us on Facebook, an app on your Android phone. I'm like, you people are not that fucking stupid. Yes, they are that fucking stupid. So I'm like, what? You're inviting our foreign and domestic enemies from outside the United States, and the government's gonna know that. Too fucking funny. Oh my god, he's making me hilarious. Well, this is a shout out. I'm worried about Joe. I love him very much. Armstrong. I love him very much. I'm married. So then I'm thinking, watch my back because these fuckers don't like it. Anything that makes me unhappy makes them, if they perceive it to make me unhappy, they harp on it more. And anything that makes me happy, like the love of my life, Joe, or they will try to take away from me. So they want to hurt me by hurting him, things like that. And so I'm like, oh look, she can afford it to go after us, because we offed off all her family members, 5 of them. She has nothing to lose, is what they say, nothing to lose. And they've had a track record for killing off minorities like Jews, and I've got the proof right here. Like the Jews, lo que tienen el don de Silvia and Chivis, intelligence Sylvia. There's Chivis right here, a little lamb right here. That's a little lamb. It's not a wolf, so they want you to think it's throw you off. It's a wolf. That's a little lamb, Chivita. That's disabled like Jesse or Billy. They have a disability. That's what they're doing here. The Scientologist. If you look at the wall of Clyde inside, Scientologists are helping the so-called disabled back up when they've been disabled and start over. The Scientologists are finally involved in this at the very end. They don't believe that people. They believe that people are inhabited by aliens named Phaetons. I'm thinking of bringing up the word and say the 10, the Browns. So they see me as a threat. I think I've survived an attempt at my life between 4 and 7 times. And I'm thinking they get worse behind closed doors when they think nobody's watching. They get worse behind closed doors when they think no one is watching. It's a really old scar. I got the scars. I still talk about them very much. So they pull and pull this shit right after I did the Sacramento. When I did Sacramento, I went to Starbucks in Sacramento and I bought a chocolate croissant with croissant in the middle. And I read the back of it, the pink bag. White on the outside, chocolate and flaky on the inside. Ovens, hot, H-O-T, like Subway. So I was saying something about that on Google Plus, and then when I did my videos, and then they take it out. So they have a different white bag. I went back to a different one off of Capitol, across the street from the park, and the Attorney General's office, I think, right? All the offices. So it's in a corner. So I went there, I bought the same thing, the croissant. And this is in a white bag this time. Ignite the warmth. I'm like, and I'm thinking, in your face, and it's Sylvia. And I'm like, you know what? And they bust out with this shit. There's nine candles on the menorah, and I'm Jewish Mexican. Like, I think they're really trying to, and I'm thinking, you're looking for trouble. I go, no, you've stolen from me, and you committed hate crimes, and some of your shits are living at a shelter. It's not funny. That's what it says. You're looking for trouble. My God, the minute I walk into something, it's like, oh, trouble's here, and then other places will say, oh, she's here to clean house. I'm like, I didn't say that. I'm actually here to use the services because you fucking took it from me. You jump to the stupidest conclusions every single time before I even have a chance to say anything. So then I find this. So I go and I put $20 on it, and then it says, this is something about, this is not just a cash, this is not just a card. It's more than a gift card. Eat, earn free drinks, and more, which are at Starbucks.com rewards. And this one, it has 9 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if the acronym's Hanukkah, the way they use it, not very fun. I mean, the first impression that you have, pow, look at that. And then there's the essays, and essay just pop the bitch, pop the kike, pop the Jew, pop the Mexican, pop the Catholic, pop the intellectuals, because she's so full of herself, the bitch, the yuppie bitch. Oh my God, it was yeah, no idea. I'm just saying. So then they play nicely nice. And now look what they're doing. It looks familiar. It looks a lot like something on my whatchamacallit. And I don't know. Once they change the logo, that's going to make a huge difference. Because that's more like an anti-Semite. I broke it down and I put it on my blog once, and I go, if anybody does their homework and they take it to any college campus, it's like an advertising class or something. Break out this logo. It's like the Nike Just Do It, the check. Yeah, it's like very anti-Semite with the sharks under the star. The star is for Jews, and then there is the Scientologist doing it around this way. That looks like a bra. That one, the one in the middle. Looks like a bra or something. Yeah, like a strapless bra for women, and looks like the Scientologist women that they like, and they're scrimching their hair instead of being straight, and that's Jehovah's, so Scientology Jehovah's. And there's fish, the Catholic fish, and maybe if you're Catholic, you know that you can put a Catholic symbol on your car that sticks to it, and it represents Catholic. So it's just, it says, skin the bitch and take what you need out of Jeepers Creepers. If anyone's ever seen the movie Jeepers Creepers, take what you need and let the rest go. And so you have that, and it's more than a gift card. Treat this card like cash. So I put like $20 on each of them. I don't know, I think I put one of the most expensive customers there, and they still treat me like shit. It's really fucking funny. That's straight out discrimination. No matter what or how much I pay, it's straight out discrimination. So then I go to this place, the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, and I buy one of theirs, right? And all I wanted was coffee, and I have my coffee mug at home. Look at that. The Coffee Bean. Do you think you're not supposed to let these type of places grow? Like you're supposed to snip it in the bud and let it turn out. I mean, it's very racist and very anti-Semite. In this day and age, that kind of bigotry is not tolerated. It's actually very backwards. So that kind of a place stands out as a bigot place where only bigots eat and sit and drink. So you'll be able to see who they are, especially around spring break, FYI. And these people know, they can't be safe. Because one of them said, the only way we can grow is if we latch on to normal folk. And I'm thinking, you're saying, it's a contradiction, but their normal would be, extra money, extra resources, and to breed our own kind, that sort of deal. And so I'm looking at the Jehovah's one time at Santa Monica Beach, and all of a sudden they're wearing bikinis, a two-piece bikini without straps. I'm like, since when do they fucking wear that shit? They're very like covered from head to toe. I'm like, watch out who you're fucking. They will fucking kill you. I said that one time I was there. That was really funny. They will fucking kill you. I was standing right in front of 2 women, when I was sitting on the sand, and yeah, you could tell what the 12s are. They've got this thing for straight hair. Now I was in Fashion Valley Mall, sitting outside where the food court is, and I was watching them walk into Wetzel's Pretzels. I love Wetzel's Pretzels. They have really good pretzels. So you get the pepperoni, or the cinnamon one with the cheese in it. It's really good. So you mix the cheddar cheese with the cinnamon, and it's like a really good combination. And you get the pepperoni. It's really good stuff. And they were walking in there one time, the Jehovah Witness women, and they're very straight hair, a lot of them, in Fashion Valley Mall on the second floor in the food court. And I was watching them, and then I was just watching them. They all had straight hair. It was packed. They're walking directly into. And I'm like, I'm not my hair. I don't fit the profile. I'm like Jewish. I look, flat out, and nopal en la cabeza, and right here, and Mexican, and then my nose. I'm Jewish, a Mexican Catholic Jew, with a bachelor's degree in Latin American studies from UCLA only. I don't fuck around or fuck the administrator or teacher in order to obtain my degree. Hint, that would render their degrees null. I'm like, oh yeah, no idea. And then they look at me like, how did you get your degree? I'm like, what do you mean how did I get my degree? I mean, what are you talking about? And I'm like looking at them like, can you spell syllabus? And I'm not fucking kidding. Can you spell? Do you know how long it takes for you to get a syllabus and what it entails for you to actually exit from a syllabus at the end of the term? Can you explain that to me? What is a syllabus, and what does it entail when you ask the professor about the syllabi when you're sitting in class, and how long does it take you to exercise that right to say something about your syllabus? And I'm like, exactly. No. Raúl, no wonder your fucker wasn't in class. He fucked his way through college. That's fucking sad. No. So, yeah, that's pretty sad. Yeah, well, one time he told me freshman year. Unfortunately, I knew it was freshman year, but I didn't sleep with him, and I think he's spread rumors that I did. I'm like, no, I didn't. No lo aguanté. I didn't. That's the truth. I wasn't. I couldn't stand him after a while, and so we even worked at freshman year. We were working at Budge Hall, work study. And I'm a very introverted when it comes to men, especially back then. I was very introverted, and I'm poker face. I mean, I am just poker face. Anybody, and I grew up as a tomboy, and I hung out with whom I thought were friends. They ended up being political targeting little shits. Around 88 and 89 Sandinistas, they were Salvadorian and Mormons, and I had no fucking clue. And I thought she was just, kids. I was very naive. I was kind of a nerd. I wasn't, not necessarily, I guess, innocent, but I was nerdy, and I was just like to school. You look at all my junior high school and high school pictures. I'm wearing like a purple flowered dress in one of my French club, I think, at high school. I'm like, and in the pep club and I don't apologize for stuff like that. I've loved school since I was a kid. And I think when regards to the CTBS test, I placed in 90-something percentile. I remember that. It was, I was high scores, and I was just, it was fun for me, school. So I was in junior high, and I look back, I'm like, wait, in retrospect, there's Mario Ruiz, there's Terry Cook, there is Jose Barrocio and Adriana, three guy friends that I used to play basketball with in the schoolyard on the lower level of the schoolyard at Berendo Junior High School. And Adriana I have a very good memory. And Adriana was also like, wait, every single one of them is Salvadorian. I'm like, that's not funny. I turn around, I'm Mexican, Italian, Jewish, and Catholic. And I'm like, wait, every single one, Terry, Mario, Adriana, those were the four I played basketball with. The guys taught us how to play basketball, and we only hung out at school. My mom was very strict. She was a lab at the time, so I had to be home by 3:30, or she'd pick me up. She'd pick us up. And I noticed that my brother Jose, or my half brother Jose, actually he's more like he was a product of rape, and he grew up and raped my mom. He was a product of rape, and he grew up and raped my mom. So I don't really consider him a brother, because he was bred by someone else because of the political targeting to rape her, and he gave her hepatitis C. And she died, and she once told me out loud, face to face, I have an infection in my chest called hepatitis C. And years later, I was sitting in the Sharp Day program, what is hepatitis C? And it looks really ignorant and stupid. I should have put more attention to that. It's like, it's having to do with lung cancer. Like, no, it's sexually transmitted, I was told. In a group session at the day program. What is hepatitis C? And she passed away when she was 42 of lung cancer in 2000, right before 9/11. And the year before 9/11, and suspicious activity here with the hoodies. And yeah, it was just an observation at the time, but she used to come and pick us up at 3:30. She wanted us home. But Jose was never. What I'm saying, I'm just reiterating. He was never. Well, he's not blood. When you go and you rape your own mother, I mean, the minute, yeah, that's like matricidal shit, you know. And he was bred by someone who raped her, and she had the baby, and it turned out to be Jose. And unfortunately, it brings up a lot of issues about rape and abortion and women and genocidal rape, you know. And I'm thinking, well, it's not necessarily obviously the baby's fault. It's like nature, nurture. My mom did a good job, and he ended up turning out to be shit, you know. So it's like, you know, so, and I'm conservative, I'm a Republican, but when it comes to women's issue, that's touchy. I do believe in pro-choice, and when it comes to having a baby out of rape or incest, that's a little difficult, you know. And I'm also thinking practical. If women don't have the right to choose to have an abortion, they're going to resort to back alley abortions, or they're going to go 50 or 60 or 100 miles away from a metropolitan city or a major city to have an abortion, or in reverse, one of the more smaller town, um, a more backward town with regards to the type of quality of services there, and they will have an abortion, and she'll end up dead, or the baby might not, you know. It's these kind of choices are important, you know, and those fundamentalist motherfuckers, they're racist and they rape children, and you know, and backward and ignorant, and also you don't believe in pro-choice, you also don't believe in minorities, you know, get rid of the minorities, and you don't believe in pro-choice, you know, it's just taking care of your body. I mean, the Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe in blood transfusion. Blood transfusions, they have to go through they have to be they have to go through you know, something similar to the FDA, or they have to, you know, test the blood to make sure it's clean to be able to give a transfusion to a human being when they need it for, you know, during an operation that saves lives. We're talking saving lives, medical, you know, and it saves lives. Blood transfusions, you know, depending on what kind of blood type you have, and heart transplants, you know, and if people don't believe in blood transfusions, and it saves lives. You know, Scientologists don't believe in medication. That saves lives. And Scientologists think that we're inhabited by aliens named Thetans. I'm not fucking kidding. I looked up and did my homework on Scientologists. They believe that people or humans are inhabited by Thetans, Thetans. I broke it up in two, like the tan, the browns. You know, so our intelligence is what. I'm like, so it does fit. When I've asked them in the past, I'm like, are your brain cells white? You know, because she sure as hell have nothing to show for it. They're fucking ugly, and God don't like ugly. You know, and I'm saying, are your brain cells white? Because you sure as hell have nothing to show for it, and God don't like ugly. Like, oh my God, you know, and then I'm like, and then I come up with something else, and you know, throw the dogs a bone, and throw the dogs a bone and chew on that bitch. You know, like throw the dogs a bone and chew on that bitch, and I'm thinking of a half-empty bone, a plastic one at that, if you know what I mean. A half-empty plastic bone, you know. Intelligent people know what I'm talking about. You know, plastic, half-empty bone, hollow bone. Throw a dog's a bone and chew on that bitch, and you know, if you can't figure it out, not a fucking problem. You know, and so I come up with shit like that all the time, and you know, they like, ow, you're not supposed to humiliate us. Did you not understand, bitch? So then they start coming out with books. I was at UCLA, and I was sitting in Powell Library, and I was reading the Daily Bruin. I used to write for the Daily Bruin when I was 20, almost 21, and it was 1997, winter of '97. I wrote for the Daily Bruin, and I didn't use my middle name at the time. My picture's in the paper, and I'm wearing a little choker type beads around my neck. I wrote for the Daily Bruin under Silvia with a Y Morelos, and you have to actually go to the campus, to the archives on campus, to ask for the paper back then. And then I called UCLA one time. I spoke to someone there at the Daily Bruin office, and she said that the archives date back to 1928, the 1920s. And they used to have an online archive. I used to look at my newspaper writing all the time, and you can discredit all they want, but these are the facts. I used to write for the Daily Bruin, and they're not liking it. Watch, I've got some people coming in on the other side. Fucking losers. And some Asian dude with glasses. I mean, there's security cameras all over the place. So watch what he does, because they don't know that they can be seen in here, because they're enemies of the state, and they're breaking and entering and using technology to illegally surveil someone else. And the NSA program is an illegal spying program, and Feinstein will know that. If anybody remembers, it was in the paper. They were caught voyeurizing on their love interests, spying on their love interests, playing Angry Birds, and they were sent home for the holidays. That's the same shit they're using now, and everything they're recording is going back up there to Sacramento to Prism. Like, you people are not that fucking stupid, right? You know, everything, you can't prove it. What are you gonna do? Just throw away that shit? It's not that easy. You know, number one, your average person cannot control the mobility of someone else's body unless you stole that information from the military, U.S. military, and you're torturing military heroes, the children of military heroes. And I asked someone, do you have anyone you remember in your family who was kin to military, U.S. military? The Obama administration has been tracking us for years, you know, and it's not a conspiracy theorist. You know, we don't, you know, if you remember, was it 2012 or 2011, I read in the paper, or, you know, in 2009, they came up with a law that said that the Obama administration, I'm paraphrasing, arbitrarily goes after people of whom he suspects of effecting social and political change. And I'm thinking, he fucking put a nail in our coffin, son of a bitch. And then I thought, and then they said we wouldn't be able to protect ourselves against our torturers. And I was still living in San Diego in the second floor of the SRO. Those are the pictures I have on the wall of my SRO when I'm overweight. And there's an explanation for why I'm overweight on that picture. And I have everything on I'm like, it's like the Dewey Decimal Systems on this wall. I love this library because, you know, it's a transgender library. I love this library because of, you know, it's pretty unique, and I'm on the fourth floor. I love the Dewey Decimal System. It's like on the wall. And I remember people in the old-fashioned library with a Dewey Decimal System. It's great. Plenty of chargers. You charge your computers, laptops, study rooms where you can make videos, you know. I just love the library. It's great. It's free. You know, so, yeah, and so I lost my train of thought, but yeah, I get distracted a lot, and I was thinking I'm overweight. In 2012, I was living in my SRL on the second floor, and if you look at my stuff online dating back to 2006, for those of you who've known me for years, I keep an online journal, or I've kept an online journal, and I've been an activist since I left San Diego. But I've got stuff that dates back to 2006 online. It's 2016. It's 10 years. And those of you who follow me know, you know, you can keep track, you understand what's been going on. So these people are stupid because it's kind of obvious what's going on. And I've got like 500 followers on Google and over 200,000 hits on one page. And that's just on Google Blogger. And I've already warned the ghetto not to bother me on there because we can track you easily, the feds and I'm not fucking kidding. So if you're not supposed to be on my Twitter account, because you're not supposed to know my name, my first name and my last name. And John Thomas Youngren, I blocked him on Twitter a while back, a couple of years ago. We weren't getting along, and he's not a boyfriend. He's 100% gay only. And if he's saying he's bisexual, he's fucking lying. And he tried to get on my Twitter account again through someone else. I was looking through that someone else's followers, and John Thomas Youngren. I'm looking at him thinking, oh look, you didn't say hi. I'm like, okay. And I reported him to Twitter, to DHS that year, and I could block. This person is using another person to sneak onto my account, and I blocked them. And so when I was in Sacramento, they kept doing the same thing over and over. I got mad. You people are that fucking dense. So I'm in Sacramento, and I'm on my Twitter account again. And I look at one. They did the same thing to someone else. And it said UC Davis. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Wellspring, using services there, and the MSWs go to UC Davis. That's smart. UC Davis, Sacramento Bicycle Cops, UC Davis Medical Center, and I'm like, you're not that fucking stupid. Like UC Davis, there was 4 followers. UC Davis, UC Davis, the Bicycle Cops, UC Davis Medical Center, and there was a 4th one I can't remember, but you're not that fucking stupid. And you are that fucking stupid. And I blocked them, I did the same thing. So I protected my tweets. I went into my settings and and I checked the box protect my tweets, and then I saved it. Now people have to ask my permission to get on there. And that was 2 years ago. So I'm thinking if people are looking for trouble and they are going onto my Twitter account, I warned you not to get on there because I will report you to the feds. I've been doing it for a couple of years now. So once you're on there, I'm going to report you. And there was somebody who was who was being belligerent. And I'm like, oh, you're showing me your half-waist, half-ass dick, and I'm like, that's too bad, because I'm not going to delete you. I'm going to block you, and I'm going to report you, and I'm going to block you and let you know the feds. So it's where, I'm interested in catching those fuckers who've done all the hate crimes, and you're making it easy. It's like you're walking right in there. And I'm like, I'm not going to delete you. I'm going to report your fucking ass. And if I find you anywhere out here, you're the one looking for trouble because you don't know my last name. You're not supposed to know my last name. And I told someone at the shelter when I was speaking to her about this shit. I was trying to explain what was going on. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to use the services only because I need them. They've been stolen from me over and over again, and the hate crimes I go out throughout here, they're race-based, ethnic-based, right, ethnicity-based, and very homophobic people. And I'm gay. I'm LGBTQ friendly. I've had friends who are gay and bisexual, and I'm thinking, I'm not here to make friends. I am at the resource center to use services, and I don't speak to anyone. I just 8 hours of sleep, 3 meals a day, and showers. I'm like, come on. And they have a library, they have a laundry room, they have a place of respite when you get some rest, things like that. So I'm like hibernating, which is fine. In order to meet my basic needs, inalienable rights to food, hygiene, and shelter. Those are God-given rights to food, hygiene, and shelter. And that's in the United States. And if they take it away from you, it's against the law. Those are civil rights violations. And, civil rights happened in the 60s. And it's like just basic rights: food, hygiene, shelter, shower, food, 3 meals a day, and shelter, having a roof over your head. They've taken it from me on more than one occasion, 3 times at least, and I'm trying to do it again. That's not good. So that's a systematic abuse, a systematic crimes, are crimes against humanity, torture included, and irregular SAG, things like that. So it's been adding up. The government knows, a lot of people know, and they know me as an activist, but they know what I've been through myself, and I'm not the only one who has that situation. And we all have one thing in common: the people they target, we're all minorities. So it's genocidal. Like I'm calling it genocidal rape. The rape that they perpetrate on another human being are happening on minorities, Jewish minorities, and LGBT, and other minorities. And it's important for us to hear their voices, and that's important for us to see it online because it's happening to a lot of people. And my mom was in the Navy and CIA and intelligence, and people in the Navy know who she was. And like William Jackie Rhodes, he may deny it all he wants, but he was dishonorably discharged from the Navy, come to find out. And he said he had mental illness back then, and he was flying all over the place. That's what he told me when I first met him, like freak online and Flickr. And so that was back in 2011, 2012, and when I was stranded in Lafayette because they stole my my debit card, my B of A card there. That's why I didn't have any money to leave. I stayed there for 2 months, and I couldn't get any money. So I did my homework. I'm like, turn it around. The situation you have, turn it around the other way, and always find something positive. So do some homework, and make sure you try to go online at least to contact someone that people know where you're at, things like that. There's always resources. Don't anybody scare you. And I wouldn't go down to Lafayette myself, considering how backward and bigoted and stupid they are. Because they're violent. When they don't get their way, boom, they kill. I made it out of there, but I'm used to going through a lot of shit. And I told them one time, I have a high threshold for pain, do I? And they look at me like, do I hurt you? I'm kidding. They hate me so much. It's fucking funny now. And all I do is tell them the truth. Díganle sus verdades. No pueden quedar mal. Tell them they're fucking true. Just tell the truth. Point things out that are true. You're ugly, you're fat, you're a racist big little shit, and I'm like, these are the facts, I'm not fucking kidding. Do you see me lying? Do I lie? Did things not usually happen? And I told them, do I lie? Do things not usually happen? And next thing I know, when they don't like me looking pretty, I've noticed online, I was, you're evil, dude. And when I am online, I have just one video hangout that I made, a Google Hangout. So this freak in the background, like, it's in a song. I'm not fucking kidding with that. Holy shit. I'm not fucking kidding. I am not fucking kidding. Fucking weirdos. If you look at instantstreetview.com, 100 Larkin, Larkin. I don't exaggerate. You know, you have to be in my world to find it. You know, figure out. You don't necessarily have to be in it, but you know, I read something once about Stephen King, and somebody asked him, "How do you come up with your story ideas?" Stephen King, how do you come up with your story ideas? And he said, "From my life experiences." He's not fucking kidding. Last year or two, he wasn't fucking kidding. Well, so I turned around to one of them and said, "My name is Talking Tina, and I like you." And I like you. Fucking killer Chucky doll, modern day. Twilight Zone little shit. I'm kidding. You know, I recognized something a few years ago when I was, or 2 years ago when I was living in Sacramento, and there was something going on at the house, and then thinking, don't fuck with the feds because that's like a huge federal offense. I mean, you know, you can even threaten. They go around thinking they can hurt the feds. They really do, and you know, it's not. Or the local law enforcement, they're police. You know, people in uniform. That's not right. And people are just kind of looking to be shot. You know, and you committed crimes systematically, and you've committed crimes against people in uniform, and they're our heroes. You know, we need them for public safety, and they do a lot of good for the community. And you know, you've killed 2 deputy sheriffs in Sacramento right after I reported something against a credible threat that I reported. And then I look at the Sacramento Bee, and a couple of days later it was in there. 2 deputy sheriffs were shot and killed in Carmichael today near a Motel 6. I was furious because what I reported was line 29 MTA. And it's a business line. And well, I traced it. I've been writing. They did my mom. I've been riding buses since I was a kid, so it comes naturally and it comes naturally for me to look at the bus schedule at the bus stops. I was coming back from Wellspring, and walking down Broadway, and the fucking line, the number, it was the 15 or the 51. It kept trying to get my attention. Get the fuck out of here! I'm like, every single time, without fail. And when I come to notice that, you know, whenever you do something like that, it's because they don't want something exposed. But and this is true. They will do the opposite because they're on the defensive, and instead of laying low, they do the complete opposite. They've done it every single time. So I turn around, and I'm like, what the fuck? Get the fuck to get, okay, not, you know. And I started doing my homework. You know, what the fuck are they, civil rights? And I started committing abuses, and so I go over to the 22nd and Broadway, at the corner bus stop where the post office is at. I still remember, and I look at the board. I was thinking about that time I was reporting something back into Balboa Park Theater back in 2004. People who know that know what I'm talking about. But I'm thinking Balboa Park Theater, a little girl came in with wearing making Minnie Mouse, a pink outfit with round. Watch the activity in here. Like you can hear my voice or something. Somebody in the back. There he goes in. He doesn't understand that there are security cameras in the library, right, and outside the library. So I mean, he's already fucked. And people know I'm reputable, so the government knows that, you know, I'm reputable, so they know what's going on in here. And I usually give them the heads up every day before I go somewhere. If you don't hear from me, and I've got a cell phone, so I can always call them, and it's not, it's a prepaid, no contract phone, so they can't shut it off if they want to. Some weird old female wearing a black little, I don't know if she's making fun of me or not, but they have the black little Jewish thing. Anyway. I lost my train of thought again. So that's what they do to get me to deliberately forget what I'm thinking when I'm saying something. And I was off of 22nd and Broadway, and I was looking at the little girl came in wearing it was close to Halloween. And the Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate Halloween, so they did it a few days before. I know what the religion's about. It's like theology. It's like studying theology, you know. And I know that they don't celebrate holidays, so they, a couple of days before that, they were doing something at Wellspring, WELLSPRING, 3414 4th Avenue, 95817. She came in with a pink outfit with huge pink bunny ears and a a made up nose with little black nose with little whiskers. She was very unhappy. I noticed that. So I went down. After that I left that day and I came down Broadway and I walked to the bus stop and I was like usually turn on 17th or in Broadway to go home to 515 21st Street or 21st. I go all the way down to 21st and then I turn. And I was living off 21st Street. And so I was staring at I was thinking Balboa Park equal to Balboa Park Theater, and I was down in South Sacramento, and I reported that too. I found the Balboa Park Theater equal to where the McDonald's was in that side, passing through Cook Realty in South Sacramento. The people who came to mind were Raul Payano Meli and Harold Briones. I was passing right by them. Like, oh, these fucking sex offender child molesters. They were passing, they were coming down. Like, people are not that stupid. I mean, it's a nice area. They can actually hide in that fucking area. And I'm not an enemy of the state. That was kind of obvious back then to someone who went opposite back then. And I was going down that street, and I think I came down to the end of it for the freeway, and the McDonald's was not too far from there, and I went across the street to the bus stop, and I found another cinema close to equal to Balboa Park Theater, and I turned it in, and I turned it in because it wasn't something that I could let go, and so I went back to the welcome. I went back to 22nd and Broadway, and I'm thinking she's wearing ear rabbits, and I looked at the legend on the side. I went all the way down. It says cinema, right? So I look at the cinema. So obviously I'm thinking about Park years later. So I look at the cinemas on the map, and I found 3 of them. And somebody was trying to misdirect me and say that's downtown. I go, no, it's not downtown. I was thinking, what line is the closest line to these cinemas? So I'm looking at them and I'm like, no, it's not the 51, it's the number 29. The number 20. Then I traced the number 29 all the way to the end of it, and it ended up in Carmichael. Michael, that's not a coincidence. It's the rush hour business line that goes all the way to Carmichael. So I'm looking at that, and at that time I was living with Nancy Durthick, and she had a lot of information on the wall. They brag about it. I mean, just flat out on the walls back then. I looked her up online recently. She no longer lives at that address. A different address now. So she hasn't. I was over a year, less than a year and 2 months that I was living there. And so I look at the. I look at the. She had something on the wall that said. 1500 New York, the cards, right? The 1500 New York 4000 A series, the little lowrider fucking cars. I'm like, you people are not the fucking evil. So I was thinking Carmichael. Wait, did it just say something about Michael? That can't be much of a coincidence. What do you think? The Easter, they're offering cars for Easter. And I'm just, so this, you put 2 and 2 together, and it says here, call Michael at 415-584-3252, and there is a fucking Easter bunny. Look at that. There is the Easter bunny. Let's see, TLC, and the roses. See, I think I've got something here. 911, and kind of like to see holiday dinners. So yeah, and then I was thinking there's an interesting demographic. There is an interesting demographic here. I'm thinking there's an interesting demographic here at the next door shelter, and their fingerprints are on the system. And obviously the employees will be questionable because there's a lot of stuff going on in there. And so I'm thinking, so in regards to Carmichael, 4000 A series. 1500 New York, and then I read in the paper 2 days later, 2 deputy sheriffs were shot and killed in Carmichael today, near Motel 6. And I'm like, prior to that, I was up in Multnomah County twice, and it was zip code 97204 by the, and I was eating at Denny's one time by the convention center, Portland, Oregon Convention Center. There's a Motel 6 not too far, it's like a few blocks away, not too far from the Portland, Oregon Convention Center, and then 2 blocks away from the Denny's. And and there's a lot of information. Doodle the Google book. I give the right title to people. You can go into FedEx, and you will find the literature in there. Okay, this fucker. I mean, he's under surveillance, so I'm not even gonna bother with him. He just made noise. They cut it on video, and the technology he's using is a federal offense, so he's not going anymore. So he has no he's intimidating. That's the kind of shit they do when they make noise, and the feds know that I report to them every day. So if they don't hear from me, they're going to immediately wonder, what happened to me? And I remember someone gave me the heads up. They gave me the heads up, and you're the first one on their hit list. I'm like, no shit. I was looking at one of my videos, and I'm thinking, wow. Like, wow. That's too fucking bad, right? It's not like we don't know that it's a danger. They put us in danger every day, and I'm not afraid of them, considering that what they do to the most innocent, like 2.5-week-old. Hold on. Thank you. It's a little weird. Yeah, it's like they're making a statement or something, and they need to, if they're persons of interest, they need to. I mean, they've never done this before. How many videos have we made on here? And they're acting funny today, and I think you can hear what they're saying. It's like the whole world can hear what they're saying, actually. It's not a joke. If they break into people's privacy, even a little bit of privacy, and we don't have to let them know. So when they're stupid enough to come in full light and brag about who they're in, this is not their country. And people, you can hear what they're saying. And I watch when they go outside, people will be aware of them. And they put themselves in that position. So everything they're doing, I already have it on video online, because they've done it before. And people know me, know what I do. So they're not going to be free citizens when they come out of here, because they're like terrorists. And I reported other stuff from here. People know that I don't lie. And the stuff that I do online. By the way, if you go into the Human Resources Department in places, and they're wearing numbers as name tags, like they're pissed off employees, disgruntled employees. And I'm looking at the LED light to see when it's live. They have a tendency to interfere with my video. The last video that I made was 14 minutes long, and it was live, like it is right now. It's a live broadcast. So I caught them live, and the world's watching them right now. So every time they walk into my video, it's caught online, and it doesn't do them any good. This is a live broadcast. I only do it a minute afterwards. So they erased like 6 minutes out of the 14 minutes on my YouTube, and I caught it. I literally caught it, and I retweeted it, and I shared it with the entire world. And you can share 2 different YouTube and YouTubers, 2 million on one and 4 million on the other. So I've got 2 perps on my side, either 911, 2 perps on either side, and then I got 2 staff members harassing me. So people know that I'm credible, so no tolerance. These are the people that need to be flagged. And they broke into the city Wi-Fi, which is city and state. And when I went back to the house, there was some suspicious person who was bragging about the fact that she was the one who was messing around with stuff inside the library. I'm like, that's not, they're not fucking stupid. They're not fucking stupid. And I'm just listening to her. I'm like, that's not fucking, it is fucking possible. So we got, the demographic inside the shelter is actually pretty fucking interesting. So I'm looking at it like, you're this person, you're that person. I've got at least 3 of my former landlords, and all over the goddamn place, and they're all CR San Diego behavioral health. I'm not freaking kidding. And boarding cares and SROs. And David Rock, I'm like, David Rock has property in San Diego, so he probably has property here. And we all know what David Rock and the gang rape kids look like. Even in the Social Security office, I went and actually spoke to someone at the front desk out loud, an Asian employee. He was very professional. I said, if I'm living at Sarah Francis, and I've been hearing rumors about gang rape and my landlord may be involved in that, like the leader of them. His name is David Rock. What do I do? And he told me what I can do to contact the appropriate person, and he's a payee for tenants inside the Sarah Francis Hometel, HOM as in Mary ETEL. And I think from what I understand from the residents, he was spreading rumors the last time I was there that I was some kind of whore. I'm like, you know what? And that's not funny. And I can prove with a pap smear tomorrow or today that I'm celibate. So I've been celibate for 3.5 years, and nothing is better indicator of a non-liar than a medical report. So I go to a pap smear to a gynecologist, and I know my former landlord, Nancy Durthick, was my nurse practitioner. She was hearing rumors at the time. I remember I sensed and I saw what she was doing, and she was in shock because of so many, I'm an activist, people know what I do, and they were spreading rumors, and she took my pap smear, and she goes, well, if you're going to get your urine, you're not going to need it, but the urine sample, right, but still, and she's at least 1 year, and she was like bowing at me and going, all these fucking rumors, and she's like 1 year celibate, something like that. So now that was back in 2014, 2013. But look at the cycles around me. I'm not fucking stupid. I'm married. I'm not fucking stupid. And like I'm saying, the proof is the proof. And I'm hearing people saying, "Oh, she's like a freaking virgin." I'm like, I didn't say I was a fucking virgin, you fucking moron, So here comes the Scientologist. Here comes. To be continued. For the